Welcome back to the Capital G Podcast, your number one video game news roundup for the previous week, hosted by Jay.
And Jared!
This week, we're doing some bigger recaps of some stuff that happened over the past week. We got a Pokemon news recap from the Pokemon Worlds event.
We got a Kirby Air Riders Direct recap.
We're recapping what happened at Gamescom opening night.
And then also recapping the Future Game Show that happened today, the day we are recording.
Yeah, so let's get right into it with that Pokemon stuff. You want to get us started with that?
Yeah, so let's start with the little teaser they did on their X account. They posted this on their official Pokemon X account. It was a couple screenshots. It was like this very creepy looking like gate. I don't know. It was weird. It was like they were like this person was like holding on to like a gate, and then there were some other screenshots of like down like a long hallway where there was like some purple goop on the ground. And the only thing that they like had in the tweet, it says viewer discretion advised, and then they have like a date for August 21st, 2025, a YouTube premiere at 6 a.m. PDT. So they're teasing something. I don't know if it's going to be big. I don't know if it's going to be a new Mega. I guess we'll just have to see. And that'll be tomorrow. So it's coming up.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it next week, but it's definitely going to be a new Mega. I would put a lot of money on the fact it's going to be a new Mega. We know all the Megas that are coming to the game, so if you would like to not be spoiled, skip like 1 minute ahead. But I'm guessing it's either going to be Mega Victory Bell or Mega Dragaggle, whatever the its name is, the fucking dragon.
Dragalge
one.
I don't know. Yeah,
either one of those ones, because it has to be. It's like clearly poison on the wall and stuff, and it has to be that.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea, but I'm hyped regardless. Any ZA news we can get, I'm hyped for.
I'm guessing it's going to be Victory Bell because in the Japanese tweet it mentions like a sweet smell. They go into more detail about it, so I'm guessing it is going to be that.
I guess we'll see
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
How does Grok translate it? Grok translates it as the sweetly beckoning building accident.
Oh,
or incident.
Okay. Maybe that's just like the name of the building? Question mark. I don't know.
The building incident. It's the incident. It's named the incident.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see tomorrow. It's not too far away now.
Yeah. I'm guessing it will be a Mega Victory Bell, which would be cool because they're really holding back on all those Megas.
Yeah. Well, next up, something that was confirmed. Nothing we really have to wait for right now, but Pokemon Legends ZA will have a 4-player arena combat mode. Unexpected, honestly.
Yeah, it's like a PvP. I was curious if they're going to do PvP in this one because they didn't for Arceus, but it's like a 4 to 1v1v1, a 4-person free-for-all where you're like in a little enclosed area of one of the streets of Kalos, and you just battle it out. There's items appearing. There's going to be a ranked mode. It seems pretty interesting.
Which I wonder how the ranked will go. Like, I wonder if this is something that'll be able to, I wonder if it'll be easily cheesable, or if there will
I don't know how the
meta
is going to develop.
Yeah, I wonder how the meta will be, who the meta Pokemon will be. I don't know if it'll stay like consistent with how like the Pokemon are in the games currently.
I don't think so, because it's going to be a lot of need for area effect, because in this they show someone being far behind, and then their Mega Dragonite evolves and does a Draco Meteor and takes out 3 of them, granting them 3 points, and then they win.
Yeah, it seems like if anybody runs into an attack, which is so cool, like attacks aren't really directed towards like, you don't pick the Pokemon or whatever. It's like if you run into the attack or your Pokemon runs into the attack, it'll get hit. Kind of sick.
Yeah, it should be cool. And I saw another thing, because people ever played a demo, which we're going to talk about soon, but the way speed stat works in this is that instead of just like who attacks first, it's how long your cooldown is for each move. Because once you do a move, there's a cooldown, so you can do it again. So I think speed will be important, so you can spam your moves as much as possible.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about?
So that should be interesting.
Do we want to talk about the impressions of ZA next? Since we're on the topic of ZA.
Yes. Let me skip to that picture. Yes, there was a demo for ZA that you were able to play at Pokemon Worlds. The games journalists were able to play it a little early, and I think it was a little longer, but general public could sign up to wait in line and play it at Worlds. It looked cool. There's like some different segments. There was a segment where you were fighting trainers just like in the streets normally, and it looked good. I liked how free-formed it looked. It looked like an improvement over both Arceus and Scarlet and Violet. And then there was a point where it was more like the boss battles from Arceus, where you're battling a rogue Mega Evolution, which was Absol. You just have to like go all out attack, collect the little Mega things it drops, and then Mega Evolve to attack it back. It definitely looked clean. What'd you think about it?
I thought it also looked really clean. I am curious to know like how the combat will work. Like I wonder if it will be spammy or if it'll be like you actually have to think about what move you want to use next, and like do you maybe hold off on using a certain move and like wait for like a Pokemon to use like a big move so it has like a huge opening. I guess I'm curious to see how the combat will play out. But Nintendo Life said that the game runs really well, which is really cool to hear, at least on Switch 2. There was some occasional pop-in, but it was consistently running at 60 FPS, which is super, super sick. And they also noted that the combat was a breath of fresh air, so that kind of eases my nerves on if the combat would be like really spammy.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be spammy. I think it's gonna be. I heard some complaints. It's a little awkward to control your Pokemon. Like dodging is particularly odd because you're not controlling the Pokemon. You're controlling the character, and your Pokemon sort of mimics where you go.
Yeah, it's like falling behind
off center. Yeah, so it's a little weird to dodge. I think people will get used to it though, and it seems cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to have direct control over the Pokemon. I want to be the trainer, commanding the Pokemon.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly where I want to be as well. And it seems like that's kind of the direction that they're really headed towards. So I'm hyped.
Seems cool. I like the vibes.
For ZA. It's gonna be so cool.
It should be good. What's the countdown? The countdown is at 57 days until that game comes out.
Jeez, just under 2 months. We're getting there.
So it should be hype.
We're getting there.
Going back to the announcements that were at the end, the closing ceremonies of Worlds, we have Pokemon Champions. They did officially confirm that it will be the VGC game going forward. They will not be playing in Scarlet and Violet next year or Gen 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to include multiple battle gimmicks because they showed off like this bracelet your character can wear, and they can switch between like Mega Evolution and then Z moves. So I'm sure throughout like when they have different seasons and stuff, they'll be like, in this season we're doing Z moves, in this season we're doing Gigantamaxing, in this season we're doing Terastallizing.
It actually sounds like you're going to be able to use it, like you're going to be able to use any of the gimmicks anytime.
I don't think that's going to be how it works.
I hope that's how it works because I think that'd be really cool. But it sounds like a balancing nightmare.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be balanced. I think they could do it for a fun mode where it's like, oh, look at you have your Mega Kangaskhan Steel Terastallized Gigantamax. I think that'd be funny, but I don't think that'd work for a competitive mode.
No, I don't think you'd be able to use all of them at once, but like you'd be able to like pick one that you want to go with, and then you attach like you have Mega Kangaskhan, and then you have like another Pokemon on your team has the ability to Gigantamax, or just like you have like all of them at your disposal, and then you just get to pick one and then apply it to that Pokemon that it applies to. I don't know. It seems. I don't know. It sounds interesting though. I was talking to my girlfriend's brother-in-law, and he's been watching one of the Pokemon animes, and he said that Ash gets I think a Z move bracelet. So he's wondering if they're gonna tie back in the anime with Champions. I don't know though. That would be kind of cool. I think because they usually seem to
in
tie
the anime.
in
Ash holds like each individual thing individually. He doesn't get the bracelet that just like switches between the things.
Oh, I must have misinterpreted.
He has like all the individual accessories from all the regions.
Gotcha.
I believe because I saw people complain about that on Twitter. They're like, "This bracelet's cool, but I wish I could just have all the accessories."
Yeah.
Some other information that was on the website, I believe, is that it was confirmed because we were speculating this at one point that it will be free to play.
Yes, and then you'll have to like earn currency through battling.
But the currency, and then there's only currency you can buy with real life money, but none of that I think will be able to be used in a
in like a
to make it better
way. Yeah, it was just like purely cosmetic.
It's all cosmetics.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is fine.
So it seems like they're doing the right thing with it.
That's fine. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing the right move.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there will be some stuff where it's like innately pay to win because if you own one of the main games, then you own Pokemon Bank subscription or whatever, it'll make things easier because you'll have access to more Pokemon. But I don't know. That's kind of just the nature of the beast of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It looked good though. I thought last time we saw it, I kind of noted that the graphics looked like, but I thought this time they looked a bit better.
Yeah, I thought it looked good. I thought it looked cool. I mean, it's gonna be a mobile title, so it can't be like too taxing,
I don't know. I'd be curious to see the performance of my phone compared to the Switch 2. But.
Right, of course.
So that will be good. It's interesting they're moving away. I'm curious now if in Gen 10 they're going to move away from turn-based battles because they don't have to worry about keeping up the competitive side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because this will be dedicated competitive.
Yeah.
But I think enough people want the turn-based battles, but it does give them more opportunity to screw around with stuff, not to worry about the meta.
Right, yeah.
Just in the regular story-based home game.
And I wonder if they'll adjust as need be, or if they'll, like, kind of with the card games, like, they know how to balance the card games so well that they'll just, like, put it out, and then they won't have to, like, try and adjust anything. Like, I wonder if, like, buffs and nerfs will happen.
I think they will.
Yeah. And then maybe they might just to keep the game fresh.
Like seasonal changes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, moving on from that, what was the next thing let's talk about?
The TCG, the Pokemon trading card game. They'll be getting new Mega Evolution cards and a new rarity to go along with the Mega Evolutions. The new rarity is just called Mega Attack Rares, and they look so cool. They're insanely bright, insanely colorful, very like anime or like just cartoon inspired. It looks so
It's got like
awesome.
a tattoo kind of vibe.
Yeah.
A thick stroke in bold colors.
Yeah. And they have the name, at least for the English sets, they have the name of the attack written across in katakana, I believe is how you pronounce it, which is a Japanese syllabary, which is like a form of writing, or like it's just like I think it's a form
It's written
of
out in Japanese.
Yeah. And then I thought this was kind of interesting and kind of cool, but the Japanese cards will have the attacks written in English.
It looked kind of stupid.
I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it. I can't lie.
It looks more corny. Like the Japanese, you're like, ooh, cool, foreign. But you see the American one, you're like, English. I guess you see the Japanese one and it has English on it. It's like, it's not as cool. But that's just because it's foreign to us. So I'm thinking it makes sense to do the foreign on the foreign, you know?
Yeah. I thought
it makes it so it has the same effect in all the regions.
I'm excited. I don't know how easily I'll be able to get my hands on these cards because obviously it's like a new rarity. Obviously they're going to be hard to get. But I wondered if... I mean, it's going to be so hard to get packs for this new set. It's going to be so hard. I'm worried, but eventually I will try and get my hands on some because I'm excited.
What language will it say on the German cards?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
I'm guessing they'll all say Japanese, except for the Japanese ones will say English.
Yeah, that's my guess as well.
Moving on from that, we got more card stuff. For this time in TCG Pocket. They're also getting their own Mega Evolution stuff that doesn't look as cool, but, it's something.
I don't think we've seen any rare arts, though. I think they just announced that Mega evolutions are coming, but they didn't show any of, like, the rare arts. So who knows? The rare arts could look really, really cool as well. I don't know if they'd get a new rarity as well. I don't think so. They didn't say anything about it. It was just kind of like...
Always a possibility.
Yeah, they just kind of said Megas are coming in the fall.
This is more of a teaser, because they also tease at the end that they're going to do some big switch up or something.
Yeah, and there was some like internal documents that came out. I follow some TCG Pocket YouTubers that were talking about it, and they kind of want to shake it up a little bit because I guess getting new players isn't the issue, but keeping players on and keeping retention high is struggling, I guess. So they want to try and bring that back and keep player retention around. One thing that I thought was interesting about the new Mega cards, though, is that they take 3 points each when you knock one out. So if you knock one out and you have 0 points, you could win a game just by, boom, knocking a single one out. Unless they do a full restructuring of how battling works, but I don't think they'd do that. I don't think so. I think they just got fat health, so they're worthwhile. Yeah, like the Charizard had like over 200 health, which was really cool.
This Mega Blaziken has 210.
Yeah, 210. Oh wait, sorry, Mega Charizard is from
the other one,
the real life TCG.
The real one.
Yeah.
Mega Gyarados has 210, and then Mega Altaria has 190.
I'm looking at that attack on Mega Gyarados. I think that's gonna be nice. That's spicy right there. 140, and then your opponent has to discard the top 3 cards on their deck. That might be pretty nuts because there could be some essential cards. That seems like it's gonna be a nice
should be interesting. I agree that the retention, I can't. This game does not interest me. I played it for a bit. I thought it was cool, but I'm not really interested in the battling. I think they think that'd keep me more hooked onto the game if the collecting was more fun. Like, the trading is so bad that it gives me no incentive to trade. If that was better, and like I had a reason to talk to my friends, be like, oh, can I have this card? Oh, I can give you this card. It'd feel cool, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't know if the trading is kind of weird. My girlfriend and I still trade every now and again, but I think if it was easier, we'd probably trade a lot more. But it definitely, I don't know. It takes a long time.
It should be as easy as real life.
Yeah. I know you have to initiate a trade, and then I don't know. It's kind of weird. I still play the game every day, and I battle, I don't know, a couple times a week maybe. But yeah, I do wish there was more of a reason to come back. Ranked mode is cool,
If
but
you're
it
into
doesn't.
the battling,
it's
it's
not
cool,
enough to keep me
but
coming back.
you have to battle basically.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from Pokemon, we got Kirby Air Riders.
Yes!
We had Sakurai talking to us for what was it, like 45 minutes.
Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
It was nice because it was just him talking. It didn't feel like super polished or super corporate. It was just him talking about this game that he likes.
Yeah, it felt, he was a person. I was like, I've been working on this game. It's been hard, but I'm so excited.
Yeah, he was cracking jokes and he was just like talking normally. They weren't doing like some... I do wish there was a dub because I was watching it at work and I couldn't constantly keep reading the subtitles, but the dub would have been annoying because it'd been some dude who's like over animating, like, whoa, look at that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad it was definitely just...
So it's nice to
Sakurai
hear
talking.
his tone and then people understand him. But yes, it's Kirby, and he was let's see, they showed off like a bunch of new characters because in the previous Air Riders or Air Rider, it was just Kirby and he just had a bunch of different alt colors. But in this one, they're bringing in the whole cast of the Kirby gang, so everyone's here. A whole bunch of characters like Meta Knight and stuff, and then also some weirder ones like Gooey and Starman.
And they got
A lot of ones I never heard of. Like I don't know who Starman and Susie are. But most of the other ones I understood.
I know we looked it up who Starman was, and he's like from like the very beginning Kirby games.
Yeah,
like,
I saw the
very
pixel art and I was like, oh, that guy.
Yeah,
But Susie, I don't know who that is.
I like
cool,
seeing
all the characters.
Chef Kawasaki here as well. I only know him from the anime though. I thought that was hype.
Yeah, I think I only know them from the anime. They're all very cute, and they all have their own special abilities, so they're all slightly different from each other, and they all have different stats, like in Mario Kart, so that's cool.
Yeah,
and they each have their own
cool.
unique recolors also.
Well, I think just Kirby does. I think just Kirby has...
No, they all have unique recolors. Some of them, Kirby has the most, because he has like all the different colors.
Yeah.
But someone like Gooey only has 2 colors.
Oh, okay. I did like that the different color Kirbys do different things. Like pink Kirby had like the giant ultimate sword, and then like the blue Kirby transformed into like a snowball, and the snowball would get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
A different thing.
Yeah, it was really cool. I like that each
So there'll be a meta where everyone plays as Waddle Doo or something, you know?
You think so?
You'll be one of the dumb characters.
I hope it's like...
always goes.
I hope it's as balanced as like Smash Ultimate. You know, where like almost everybody is viable.
Where almost everyone plays Steve at the highest level.
Nowadays, yeah, that's for sure. When Smash Ultimate came out, though, it was, yeah. But I forget Steve exists, and...
Yeah, Steve's the number 1 GOAT. He breaks the game.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, so they each have a little different thing, and then they had to break the laws of Kirby lore to make it so the game isn't weird, so they can all suck up and get the inhale abilities and get the copy abilities. They can each get a copy ability.
Yeah.
Let's see. The game is being developed by Bandai Namco instead of HAL, with the lead of Sakurai doing it. So that's interesting that HAL isn't working on it, but I don't know. I saw some rumor that was like there was a team working on it without Sakurai, and then if the game wasn't going well, who knows if any of this is true. So I'm sure there's some drama behind the scenes, because he starts it out by being like, oh dear, why is making games so hard? So I'm sure there's some drama behind the scenes.
Yeah, there might be something.
But there's a bunch of different vehicles also they showed off. There's a lot of returning ones and a lot of new ones. They all had really cool, fun designs. I thought some of them are crazy looking. Which one did you think the craziest one? Like that one with the huge metal wheels and the teeth sticking out the front?
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was called, but that one looked insane. Another one that stuck out to me was the chariot, the like blue and white, kind of like futuristic.
Oh, with the giant wheels and it's like hovering.
Yeah. I thought that one looked really, really, really sick. I just wonder how these new ones will play with the old one. I like that they included the old ones as well, like something familiar for people who played the original Kirby Air Ride.
It does seem like a Kirby Air Ride 1.5. You know, it doesn't really seem like we'll get into there's new stuff, but it's just it feels like an extension of the first.
Yeah, and I think part of it, a big part of it for me was a lot of the sounds are identical to the first game, which I don't really have a problem with. I do like those sounds. It's very nostalgic for me. But a lot of the game modes, like challenge modes, are also the same. But I mean, they threw in new stuff. But it does kind of seem like here's Kirby Air Ride, but with a bunch of more stuff added to it in great graphics and great quality of life.
I think what we've seen so far is just not necessarily just the tip of the iceberg, but more like half of the iceberg. I think there's going to be, if I were to speculate, this is big copium, big Halo reach right here, but I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of single player content.
Yeah, for sure.
With like a story or something, because at the end of the presents, they tease this mysterious character.
They did, yeah. They were granting. I almost forgot about that, but yeah, they had some like definitely like a lore drop, which
some new character, some OC that Sakurai was making, and he's got like a blue eye like Saiyans, and it's set like it was in a desert, kind of like the Smash Ultimate trailers were.
Yeah,
and
he loves those deserts.
It was giving kind of like Star Wars kind of vibes. Also, it looked cool, but I think it's got to have some sort of story thing where he's a boss or there's something going on.
Yeah, for sure.
What was it called in Brawl?
Subspace Emissary? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, where
that
it's
mode's
like a
cool.
Story mode that connects all these things together.
Mm-hmm.
Should be cool. Then they talked a lot about City Trials, which makes sense.
City Trial is back. I mean, how could it not be? That's like the essential Kirby Air Ride mode. So cool. The original Battle Royale, by the way. Let me say that.
Yes, the map is kind of the same, but it's bigger and expanded and new graphics, and it's set on the map is named. How do you pronounce it?
I think Skya. I probably pronounced
Skya.
Skya.
That was it, Skya. And it's very similar to the original. You can play up to 16 players, or if you have like all your switches locally together, you can do 8.
And I'm assuming they would do 4-player like split screen.
You assume split screen 4-player, but they didn't show it off.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about it.
Maybe it's only 2-player split screen. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
And they have like these little mid-game events where they'll be like a circle in one of the points of the map, and like come here and do a demolition derby, and whoever wins, and also you get some extra stuff. But if you win, you get like a bunch of points or like a bunch of little stat boosts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you how determine your placing is how many points you get.
Mm-hmm.
But they're optional, and you don't necessarily have to do it. So if you're spec really high into like health and damage, you might want to go do the derby one, or there's sort of different ones that go on.
Yeah, but Sakurai encouraged to do them anyway, even if you aren't gonna like perform well, because they grant so many bonuses, even if you like don't really do well at all. And then if it's like a derby one, your vehicle breaks in the derby, it won't break in like the full mode. You're just knocked out of that optional mode, and you get it back. Yeah, which reminds me of a huge quality of life thing that they talked about, which was being able to like switch from vehicle to vehicle. Or machine to machine. All you have to do is just hold the Y button, and then boom, your character just flips immediately onto the next one. You don't have to like hold down the A button, pull back on your stick, and then wait for your character to hop off. Just hold down the Y button, boom, you're flipped onto the next vehicle. Keep going. Takes like
it
no
seems
time.
cool. Then you could damage your enemies, and then get them down to a point. And you could just hop onto their vehicle and take it.
Yeah, completely just kick them off of it, boot them off, and then your vehicle heals fully. To full health right after that. It's so sick. I'm so excited. They showed off. I feel like there's a lot of returning stuff. Obviously, I mean the game's 20 years old, or well, the original is over 20 years old. So I think it's cool to like almost reintroduce like an entire audience of people to Kirby, like to parts of the original as well as all this brand new stuff.
Yeah, I hope there's a lot more brand new stuff.
I don't know if we really broke down what was going on with City Trial as well, but basically a lot of it is you go around trying to find like a new star or new machine. You're finding a bunch of stats and leveling yourself up while other opponents are doing the same, and then after like 5 minutes at the end you all compete in one challenge, and whoever wins that challenge wins the entire thing. That's it. Like,
yes, they've added voting to it now, so it's not just 100% random. So you can vote on which little trial at the end you want to do. So
yeah, because in the first game it was purely random,
up to the whimsy of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
Seems cool.
I'm so excited. This is what will pull me to get a Switch 2. I mean, obviously I'm gonna get a Switch 2 for Pokemon, but this for sure is the reason why I'm getting a Switch 2. It's Kirby Air Riders.
What was the release date for this game?
Huh?
What was the release date for this game?
Oh shoot, I think it's November.
I thought it was November. Yeah. Can you look up the date?
November 20th, 2025.
Okay. So what is that? Like a month after Pokemon comes out?
Yes, I think that's exactly a month after Pokemon comes out. And
Pokemon comes out on the 16th.
Exactly 3 months from today.
So maybe that means Metroid in September.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
I doubt it. They would have said something, I think, by now, if it was Metroid in December. I'm guessing Metroid in December.
Yeah, it does kind of put the Metroid release date into question, but December would make sense.
I guess, or they'll delay it.
They might. It's still possible, but
I think it's highly possible. But yeah, final thoughts on Kirby Air Riders. I really love this presentation. I love this style of presentation. It was a bit long, but it was nice. The only reason I thought it was a bit long is because I was, it was the morning. But I liked everything I saw. The only thing I didn't like was that it looks like I'm going to be vomiting because I played the original Kirby Air Riders and I got so motion sick playing the game. Because unlike in Mario Kart, where you just do a nice, smooth drift around the corners, you sort of really hit on the brakes and tightly turn around stuff, which is really action-packed, but also makes me sick from the field of view switching around so quickly.
Yeah, I hope you're able to handle it, because I want as many people as possible to experience this game and just Kirby Air Ride in general. I don't know. It's important to me. It's an important one to me.
It is $70, and unlike a game on Steam where I'm unsure if I'll get motion sick, I can't just return it. So it is quite the investment.
Well, I'll be getting it, and you're welcome to come over and try it. I will be getting this day one. That is for sure.
And I'll want to play day one. I might have to dock it on my desktop monitor and play a bit further back instead of playing on my massive TV.
Oh, that actually might be a good idea. Yeah, that'd probably help out a lot.
So I'm not just overwhelmed by the sights of it.
Because there's a lot of going on.
It is a very chaotic looking game. It's just constant shit everywhere, especially in the battling.
Yeah.
The races don't look too bad, but the city trials is a lot.
So hyped though. Oh, it's gonna be so sick.
Should be a good one. Excited for that. Next thing that happened was that Gamescom is on right now. It's happening right now in Cologne, Germany.
Yes.
And for the opening night, we had our boy Jeffrey Keighley up there on stage, showing his beautiful mug, talking about video games.
As he does.
What video games did he talk about? That's what we're going to tell you right now.
It's a lot, but we mainly highlighted. We're going to talk about the ones that...
We're going to talk about the things that were interesting, because, boy, this was long, and not all the things were interesting. I will get into my complaints about the show later, because I have thought about them more since yesterday, and I have greater opinions on it.
Uh-oh.
But they opened up with Silk Song, because that's what everyone wanted.
Of course.
I'm sure Jeff had to get on his knees and ask Phil, please, can I show Silk Song? It will be a hashtag viral moment. So he showed Silk Song and didn't say shit about it. There was just a gameplay.
Yeah, he just talked over gameplay. He just talked over...
He didn't say a single bit of information, besides that you could play it on the show floor, which people were playing because the lines were long as shit. It was the longest lines at the whole convention, supposedly, from people on X.com saying that, and people are loving it.
Yeah, it seems like people are really, really, really liking it. I read a few reviews from different game journalist sites, and it seems like people are begging for more. A lot of people said 30 minutes was not enough.
I saw something that said it's going to be running at 120 frames per second on Switch 2.
I also saw that. Yeah, that sounds kind of sick. I love that. I mean, it's not a graphically taxing game, but...
No, but it's still, they have to take the development time to make it be like, yep, we're going to make this so it runs on 120 FPS on Switch 2, because not everyone's doing that, even for their non-taxing games.
I did find it funny that when Jeff was talking about it, he he was really teasing something big. He was getting excited, and then he goes, I can 100% confirm it's launching this year. It's like, okay, well, really? All that build up just to be like, it's happening, it's still coming. And it's like, that's something we knew. We already knew that.
Did you get that point in there I wanted about the Xbox thing? They confirmed the release date for the ROG Ally.
They did.
And they said when they were revealing the ROG Ally, Xbox Ally X, that the Silk Song was going to be out before that.
Yes, they did say that.
So the release date for the Xbox Ally, I think we reported on the rumor date, and I cannot remember what the rumor was, but the official launch date is October 16th. The same day as Pokemon ZA, if you remember that from 2 minutes ago. So it has to come out before October 16th, so mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars.
You're playing it before Pokemon.
You're playing it the 15th, October 15th, actually. You're
playing it October 15th at the last possible second. No, I bet you it'll come out before then.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And then we're going to get some more information about that at some point, right? There's going to be more Silk Song information coming out at some other thing I forgot.
Tomorrow, actually. They said they have a special announcement for tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it tomorrow or was it tonight? I cannot remember.
I think tomorrow. I think I remember hearing
So we may be
Thursday.
talking about Silksong again tomorrow on next week's episode.
Yes.
But the next thing that Jeff showed off was Half-Life 3.
Woo!
Half-Life 3 was confirmed. No, just kidding. Of course they didn't show Half-Life 3 because the show wasn't good. They showed Black Ops 7.
They did show Black Ops 7, which before I
don't
had
know,
like
it looked
no
interesting.
interest in, and now I have a little bit of interest in because they said it's.
It was not that. It was. It wasn't as boring as one could imagine a Call of Duty trailer.
Yeah, I have some. They do this to me every year though, where I'm like, I'm out, and then they show something, and I'm like, maybe I'll try it. But it's a direct sequel to Black Ops 2. It takes place in 2035. They showed off Raul Menendez. He's back. He was the original antagonist from Black Ops 2, and I thought he was such a good fucking villain. He kicked ass in that game. And you're back playing as David Mason, who is the son of Alex Mason, the protagonist from the first Black Ops game. So they're really tying it back to Black Ops 2 because you play as David Mason in Black Ops 2 as well. You're back playing as him in Black Ops 7. I don't know. They showed off the trailer showed off a lot of interesting things. They showed off wall jumping, which I thought was interesting. Grappling hooks. They had a lot of super trippy visuals, which was a big thing in Black Ops 3. Wingsuits were a thing. I don't know if that's going to be like in the game or if that was just like for a cinematic thing. They did confirm zombies is back. There were zombies in the trailer. That looked pretty cool.
How come you skipped over the bullet point in the notes that just said robots?
While I was reading it back on hindsight, robots just didn't seem that interesting. But yeah, there were robots.
There's robots.
Robots. They also showed.
But yeah, they confirmed zombies, and they also confirmed that this is the part that my ears perked up at. But there's a 4-player co-op. You could do the whole campaign in 4-player co-op.
Love that, honestly. Very cool.
And there was like the co-op is more than just like a linear story. There's like other things to do. There's reasons to go back and play it.
Well, they called it
Seemed interesting.
Endgame, is what they called it, which is like a post-campaign mode. And to me, I was getting like roguelite vibes. I don't know though, but to me it sounds like maybe there's going to be a Call of Duty roguelite, but I could see it just being also similar to Zombies mode, but it's just like instead of fighting zombies, you're fighting more soldiers.
There's probably just gonna be some other shit to do and then upgrades to get or something.
Yeah. Which to me, again, I don't know, it sounds like a roguelite, but I don't know.
And this game is coming out November 14th.
2025, obviously.
That's this year.
It is this year, and it's a month after
Can you believe that
Battlefield
they're making
as
a
well.
Call of Duty this year?
I can't believe that. Can you believe there's going to be a Call of Duty next year?
Koofta. Hard to believe. This one is not coming to Switch 2 on launch.
No, at least I didn't say that. But it is coming to Xbox One and PS4. Leave them behind. Come on.
I don't know, dude. Get
Leave
bro, more
them
money.
behind. Battlefield 6 left the old consoles behind. We're halfway through the new console life cycle. Let's finally make a next-gen game. Please.
Are you saying that people who can't afford next generation consoles shouldn't be able to play new games?
Maybe it is selfish of me to want a next-gen game. That is fair. And I do.
Are you saying that
I do like
a man comes home from back breaking labor after working his 9-to-5 blue collar job? He turns on his PlayStation 4 and he shouldn't be allowed to play the newest and greatest Call of Duty?
I feel for the man. When you put it, I feel for the man. I do. I just want everyone.
Beer in hand, weekend ready. He shouldn't be ready.
I know.
He shouldn't be allowed.
And that PS4, it's hanging on. And
it sounds like a jet engine.
It's doing its best to play the latest Call of Duty game, and you know what? He's killing it. He's got an average KD. He's doing just fine. You know what? Fair enough.
He's got a .73 KD.
You know, fair enough. Call of Duty does belong on the previous.
It's the people's
generation.
game.
It is.
Jared.
It is. You pulled
Speaking
me
of the
in.
people's game, Lego Batman. There's a new one.
There's a new one.
They're calling it Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Yes.
It looks cool.
Was hyped for it. Yeah. The combat was cool. It was like
It's just Arkham combat.
It is just Arkham combat. I kind of liked it though. Like for a Lego game, I don't know. I thought it was cool.
For a Lego game, it's cool, but it's also like I'm kind of sick of this combat. But I guess for a Lego game, it's better than what they had going on.
I do have this bullet point in here that says origin story, but they really go in on that where it's like they call it quote the essential Batman story, where it's like origin story all the way up until like modern day Batman. Like they had references from older Batman media. They had references to The Dark Knight, obviously. And then they had references to the movie The Batman, that came out.
Yes, it seems like it's just they're running the whole
ago.
gambit. They're not making it so like this is gonna be Batman 1, there's gonna be 2, 3. It's like this is the whole kit and caboodle. You're gonna be able to play the whole Batman.
And in Lego.
In Lego. And it's gonna be fully voice acted, which is like you could really take it 50-50. I kind of, when we were children, Legos didn't have voices. They had to, emote like silent film actors, which had a lot of charm to it.
It did.
But I'm sure the modern kids with their Fortnite these days don't want that.
I don't know. They don't really talk in the Fortnite trailers either. Like nobody talks.
No, but to be for real, I think as they try to make the games more elevated and more complex, it's kind of harder to tell that story.
Yeah, for sure.
When it's just a recap of a movie, you get it easier across.
Right, exactly.
This looks cool though. The graphics looks impressive. The world they described as open world. I don't know if it's gonna be fully open world, if it's gonna be like semi-open world, but it looked open world-esque.
Yeah.
And you're gonna drive around in a Batmobile, so that's got to have some level of open worldness. If it's big enough to drive a car, it's gonna be like the game on the Wii U, the Lego City Undercover for the Wii U. Yeah. Where it's like GTA but Legos. Mm-hmm. It looks cool. It's gonna be coming out in 2026. So get ready for that.
Mark those calendars.
Mark those calendars and tell your little cousins or whatever. Tell your nephew.
Yeah. The next game they talked about, or at least what we're going to talk about, is Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 4. I am not really a grand strategy person, but I like the Warhammer universe. Well, the Warhammer 40k universe. And seeing the gameplay, I kind of want to try it. This might be my first grand strategy game that I play. I kind of dug it. It looked kind of cool. But this one's coming 2026, where I just wanted to hammer that one in, and then we'll move on to the next one. But yeah, I'm excited for that one. Seems cool.
Next one's you again.
This one's also definitely me. Monster Hunter Wilds is getting a Final Fantasy XIV crossover. They started out the trailer with a Monster Hunter Wilds character riding a golden chocobo, which I thought was really cool. And then in Final Fantasy XIV, they're adding in the Sacred mount, which is a mount you get in Monster Hunter Wilds. And then they also showed a Palico NPC, which I thought was kind of cool. And then they also showed Arkveld, who's the flagship monster for Monster Hunter Wilds, is coming to Final Fantasy XIV as well. And this is all happening in early October. And then at the very end, they teased Title Update 3 for Monster Hunter Wilds. And I can't remember the name of the monster, but it was like some mecha crab. I'm hype. Mech crab? I'm hype. I think it's really cool as hell.
They let them talk for a long time.
Yeah, they did let them talk for a very long time. Both of them got to say their own piece.
Yeah, there's two Japanese dudes from two different companies speaking, and then we have to wait for the translator to speak, and it's like, oh my god.
And they were both just kind of talking about how much they like, like the director of Wilds was like, we love Final Fantasy, and then the director of Final Fantasy was like, we love Monster Hunter. Just kind of back and forth.
It's like, yeah, sure you do.
It was just like
sure you do.
Hey, they might.
No, I'm sure they do. Yeah, so that was interesting. Was that it for that one?
Yes. And then another Capcom game they showed was Onimusha, Way of the Sword. I'm kind of hyped for that one. It's a new entry in the series. There hasn't been one in a long time, and this one's launching 2026. I know people are very hyped for it. I thought it looked kind of interesting. I don't think you'd be very interested in it. It's just a third-person action game, but I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked hype.
Yeah, not my thing.
No.
I just watched the trailer because I didn't remember it at all.
I don't think these next couple ones are also your thing until we get to the Fallout TV show.
Okay, next one.
Let's hammer through. I'll hammer through it. Daemon Ex Machina, that one I was hyped for as well. Open world, single player or co-op mech game. Also very action-y. Kind of reminded me of Rogue or Armored Core. So I thought that looked really sick. And then the next one is Voidbreaker, which I believe is an indie game. It's an FPS roguelite with like insane amounts of destruction, like the destruction. Did I say construction? Destruction looks super sick. You pick like a single weapon, and you upgrade that weapon from there to do like a bunch of different things. It looked very cool. So, and that one's out now, actually. I believe in early access though, but you can play it now.
Also, the next one, the Fallout TV show. I haven't seen it, so but they got a new season coming, and it's in New Vegas, which I love New Vegas.
That part,
it looked like they were just doing.
Sorry, go ahead.
They were just doing stuff right out of New Vegas. It wasn't like, I don't know. I thought they were gonna be weird about it, where it's like we don't want to exactly reference stuff that's in New Vegas, but nope. They're just they showed Novak. At one point, the main character was like up in the dinosaur sniping something, and then they showed Mr. House and stuff. It was all very cool.
Yeah,
and they were playing the music. they start off with that music, and I'm like, ooh, baby.
So good. So good. Yeah, the fact that it's in New Vegas.
I don't
got me
have
hyped.
Amazon Prime because I'm not an evil person, but maybe I should so I can watch the show.
Just be an evil person for a little bit so you can watch it.
Just a little bit, because I gotta watch the funny TV show. I can give billionaire money for funny TV show.
Do a little bit of evil for a TV show.
It looked cool though.
It did look.
They had all the actors there talking about it, so it took up a lot of time them talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I always love that. And, I love a nice ad in the middle of my show, Jeff, for a TV show. Thank you.
That's how it goes. I mean, to be fair,
someone's gonna keep the lights on.
To be fair, this whole thing is just kind of ads.
It is ads, but it's like
just ads.
Stop showing me ads so I can watch more ads.
Yeah,
you know. What I'm saying?
Exactly. Show me the ads I want to see. Is what you're getting at.
I'll have my rant at the end, but yes. Okay, next one.
John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, which I hadn't heard of before. I don't know if it was like announced before. But I like after seeing it, after hearing about it, I was pretty hyped. It's being developed by Saber and Focus Entertainment, who created Space Marine 2, which I loved Space Marine 2, but it's a co-op zombie FPS launching in early 2026, and it's kind of cool coming from the mind of John Carpenter, who's known for a lot of like scary movies that people know nowadays, like The Thing and Halloween. So I don't know, I'm excited. I hear co-op shooter, or really just co-op games. I get hype. I'm excited. I just love co-op games. So.
As soon as I saw this one, I turned away so I could keep working on my actual job because this looked extremely boring. But some parts look cool. I like the part where they like wench a car out from being stuck.
I thought that was also cool. I wonder if it'll be objective focused, kind of like how like Deep Rock is or Payday, which those are my freaking jam. So yeah, I thought
it's just cool. Left 4 Dead. So
they did say they're gonna go full in on the '80s cheesiness. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how I feel about that, but we'll see.
I'm not a big fan of that theme, but
yeah.
Next one.
You want me to tackle this one too?
I don't know what this one is. Oh, this one.
The Darkest Files.
The Darkest Files. It is like a World War II game, but it's about...
Well, kinda. It takes place after World War II.
Yeah, you're like tracking down Nazis and stuff, and it's like you're doing a investigative sort of thing.
Yeah, the way that the presenter talked about it is like it's post World War II, and you're not really like it takes place in like the courtrooms. You're not fighting on a battlefield. You're fighting against people with law, and you are like punishing like Nazis who were able to get away with their crimes, which I thought was really interesting. We pulled their Steam page like description, and they say, quote, "The war is over, but justice is not served. Former Nazis walk free while their victims lie in unmarked graves. As a prosecutor, you'll unearth long-buried evidence, confront witnesses, and hunt down perpetrators. Will you have the courage to bring these, quote, ordinary men to court?"
Interesting. It's an interesting subject, interesting way of telling that story. Should be cool.
Mm-hmm.
What was this next one?
This is Unbeatable. It had like an anime art style to it. It's a rhythm game though, but it has like kind of more of a narrative story. It's not going to be like your Guitar Hero. It's going to be, you actually have, it looks like you have to progress through a story. And this one's launching November 6th, 2025. And the rhythmness of it looked interesting because it looks like kind of your standard, pathway that's coming at you, but the rhythm part is you're like defeating enemies at the same time. I don't know. Kind of weird to explain, but it looked cool.
It's a rhythm game with anime graphics, retro anime graphics.
Shout out.
It looks cool. I'm kind of interested in it, but I like the Phineas and Ferb song, I Ain't Got No Rhythm. So I don't know if I'll even be physically able to play this game. Mm. But I like the vibes. I like the old school anime thing they're going for it.
Yeah, I thought it looked really cool.
Seems cool. Next one. Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
You gonna talk about it?
It's Ninja Gaiden 4. It's all they really did was just show some new gameplay, a little bit of a lore dump, exposition, not really an exposition dump, but just some more lore. And it's launching October 21st.
Everyone is wet in all these trailers.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's one of those like 2000s era Xbox games. It's from an era.
But every single time they show the trailer, anytime they're outside, it's raining and it's always dark.
Yeah, it's a great game. I don't know. I'm excited because to me it's like this genre of game is coming back. So many old genres of games are coming back, and it's cool to like when I was a kid I got to watch those games and play some of them, and now I get to play experience more of them. So I'm hyped. I'm excited. But this one's
Ninja,
going to be
you're excited for Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden. I just love the way that we watch another gaming podcast, and one of the guys says it as Ninja Gaiden. You can't say it any other way now.
Ninja Gaiden. You lied. It says only on Xbox in your notes.
I thought it was an Xbox only release. Is it not?
No, it's coming on Xbox Series, PC, Xbox Cloud, Steam, and PlayStation 5.
Oh, I thought
So
they
literally the
mentioned...
complete opposites on every platform.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that's on every platform then.
October 21st for that game, if you are interested in that Ninja Gaiden 4. Up next, we're talking Silent Hill.
Silent Hill F. They just released a new trailer. Not a
This
whole
was
lot
spooky,
new.
bro.
It was very spooky. Not a whole lot new, but it was definitely spooky. It's more combat focused than other Silent Hill games, which I know some fans are a little skeptical of. I think it's gonna be. I mean, I'm kind of interested. And then at the end of it, they had like a whole like "I'm you but stronger" kind of trope where it was just like the main character was looking at an evil version of herself.
That was
So-
creepy, bro. She walks into that room and she's standing there.
Yeah, but it's just like she's got like red eyes, clearly evil looking. Yeah,
Spooky.
spooky.
Next up, we got a game that they talked about at the next show. We're also talking about, but they talked about Chronos New Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you want to say about this one?
It reminds me of Dead Space, like a lot. Like it looks very similar to Dead Space, and I think that's kind of the vibe that they're going for. But it's less of like it feels a little less grounded, and not in like a bad way, where it seems it's more like it's more time focused, where they kind of talked about how humanity was wiped out, and the few people that are left are trying to restore it by like grabbing later timelines and older timelines and kind of fusing them together, which sounds insanely interesting. But yeah, it's got a very like creepy Dead Space claustrophobic kind of vibe. But then one thing they talked about, well, I was like, I want to play this with my girlfriend. I think this would be so fun to play together, have like a fun little playthrough. But then one of the things they talked about was cats are a big deal in the game, and petting cats is a big deal because you get buffs and like I guess extra abilities from finding cats. Like you have to find a bunch of different cats, and I don't know. I thought that was cute. In this creepy, weird, very serious game, cats are a big deal.
They had a dude on the stage wearing the suit of the guy.
I thought that was kind of cool. Also reminded me of like back in the day when like Forza would get announced and they'd show the flagship car like actually on stage. It was kind of cool.
Yes. We gotta pick up the speed. Okay, so that's that game. And next we got Spectrum. You should know a lot about this because you're on it, right?
Yeah, Project Spectrum. It's developed by Team Jade. It's the same people that made Delta Force, which has been that's a free to play first person shooter. Just came out on consoles, but yeah, it's gonna be more extraction shooter focused. It's a PvPvE game, but it's also like a psychological thriller game at the same time. There's like a lot of like some of the enemies are like anomalies or like scary looking dudes. Yeah, looks cool. I can just
Next after that, Ghost. Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. I can just hammer through the next ones. Yeah, Ghost of Yotei showed off a new trailer, explained the narrative a bit more, thought it was cool. Then they talked about very briefly Ghost of Yotei Legends, which is a co-op multiplayer DLC. So I thought that was kind of cool. But Ghost of Yotei is launching October 2nd on PS5 and PC. They showed off more stuff.
Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh yeah, they're really hyping this game up, and it seems like people are excited. But it's just like more info with the lore, like some earlier stuff, just stuff that players didn't know to kind of set the mood, set the tone. They had a small gameplay section. It was very scary. But it wasn't a lot of gameplay. But then they showed the release date again, which I believe is actually February 27th.
February 27th. You got the date wrong.
Well, I corrected it.
Yeah. February 27th. It still says 26 for me in the doc. 27th for Resident Evil Requiem. If you're excited for that. It looked cool. The graphics looked really good. The story looked scary.
Yes.
Next, we got another Black Myth game coming out.
Yes, Black Myth Zonkui. They just had a little teaser trailer for it. And, it's your classic single-player action RPG. But Jeff had this as his, one last announcement. And, I don't know. I'm sure this is extremely hype for a lot of people. I mean, to me, it was just kind of like we're just kind of talking about it because it was the last thing that they showed, and they were hyping it up a lot. But I don't know. It'll be cool. I'm sure it'll be good. People like the last Black Myth game, so I'm sure this one will.
If you don't play as a monkey, it won't do as well.
You don't think so?
Nope. I think the main selling point of the last one was that you were a monkey. So
I thought the main selling point was during people are really liking the Souls-like games, and then also it's like very heavily inspired by Chinese mythology, and people were digging that, like the Chinese mythology.
No, the monkey I think was the selling point.
Just the monkey part.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, well that was Gamescom. I'm gonna do my quick rant because we're running over time, but there was not a lot of games specifically for me, but that I can take or leave because Jeff can't perfectly craft the show for me, and if he were to, that'd be called a Nintendo Direct. But throughout all these things, they showed very little gameplay for any of these games. Most of it was like teaser cinematic trailers, which I find extremely hard to watch. It's just like, cool, here's just like marketing fluff. I want to see actual gameplay. I want to see UI on,
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't take any of these things seriously because it's just like, here's the vibe we're going for a game. Here's a cool animation. It's like, okay, great, what am I supposed to do with this? That was my biggest pet peeve of this game, and also was quite long, and I didn't like anything announced, but the announcements, I can't really, beggars can't be choosers on that one.
Yeah, I think the only game that really showed like the most amount of gameplay was Voidbreaker, but again, they had like, they showed off the gameplay, but like HUD off, to make it really look cinematic. But yeah, like reading back through what they showed, that might have been the game to show the most amount of gameplay, but everything else, yeah, definitely was like very cinematic. And yeah, you definitely gotta wait for gameplay to, I guess, really understand the game.
I just want to see gameplay. Like, I don't care to see that animation. I'm not buying a movie here. I'm buying game.
Right, exactly. I can't lie. I'm susceptible to those trailers. I love some good looking trailers.
I get zero hype from them. It's just like they might as well not register in my brain at all.
Yeah, I think. Well, I can't. I got a lot of hype from the Damon X Machina trailer. Because they did splice in some gameplay, and that one I feel like gave me the vibe. I was definitely more excited to see the gameplay in it, but it gave me the vibe of like super fast-paced mech action game. But yeah, I don't know. Some of the trailers are just like, oh, it's happening, which obviously they have to do to hype it up, but it's just it
just makes everything feel like a generic movie. It's like because all these games want for like a realistic art style, so just like in my mind, it's very hard to tell the difference between any of these games.
My biggest complaint is Resident Evil Requiem. Like they show this game off in every like showcase, but they hardly show gameplay, especially with the HUD on. Like this first like showcase, or this was like the first showcase where they actually had like HUD on gameplay. But I don't know, they've been talking about it for so long that I wish they'd show more. I know it's not till February of next year, but it's like, I don't know. I wish they'd show more. I do agree with you there. I do wish they'd show more.
The only game I cared about was a game show during the pre-show. That was obviously Bubsy 4D. So
which that did look hype.
Looking forward to Bubsy 4D.
That post you sent me with the movement, it looked cool. I liked it.
It looked like an indie 3D platformer inspired by Mario Odyssey because like the movement was like crazy combos together.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's not going to be a 10 out of 10 game, but it looks decently fun for I imagine it's going to be a fairly cheap platformer. The graphics kind of look awful, and Bubsy is rendered in a horrific manner that makes him look really unappealing even more than he normally does.
Yeah, he kind of looks scary.
He sort of gives pedophile cereal box character.
Pedophile, huh?
Just thinking about his eyebrows is giving me bad vibes.
He just reminded me of the one bunny on the chocolate milk. How they just like made him so friendly now.
He also wears a shirt, no pants, and for some reason in my mind it's registering it as him naked.
Oh.
And not like cartoon character. I don't know why. It's just like he's giving me bad vibes.
It did not register for me that way. That's funny though.
His eyebrows and stuff, it's just like, ugh, I get creepy vibes.
That's funny.
Okay, so that's done with Gamescom. We are at the time where the show should be over, but we have a whole new thing to talk about.
Which we can
future game show is coming up. Doing a hammer through these pretty quickly.
Yeah, that happened today. I was watching that, as it was, happening, watching it live, trying to write down as many notes as I could.
This is not hammering through fast.
My bad. I'll just highlight what I was really excited for. I'll talk about the stuff I was hyped for, and then you can talk about the stuff that you were hyped for. But the highlight for me was Den of Wolves. I love the Payday
What
franchise.
about Hell Let Loose? I'm showing the Hell Let Loose graphic on screen.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I thought the Hell Let Loose Vietnam thing was cool. I don't know. I played the original Hell Let Loose and thought it was a lot of fun. Seeing it come to a Vietnam setting is definitely very interesting. But yeah, I'm excited. Launching 2026 sometime. I don't know if it's gonna be a standalone game or if it's gonna be like a DLC. So we'll have to see. But yeah. Highlight of the show for me personally, Den of Wolves. I love the Payday franchise. It's gonna be a co-op heist shooter game set in a cyberpunk universe, and all they said was the host of the show said it was launching soon, and it doesn't really tell us anything. But the next thing they showed was Skate, which that was exciting to see, but they didn't really say anything.
They said literally nothing. They showed old ass gameplay of like, here it was like in development a year ago. It's like, why are we doing this still? Because everyone online, especially on TikTok, is like, man, this game has shit graphics, worse than Fortnite. But really, the graphics don't look that bad if you look at the newest release. But they basically said nothing. They didn't give a date. They didn't give anything.
Yeah, early access soon. It seems. I don't know though. They said sometime in the summer. I don't know. We'll see.
Next game, we got the Blood of Dawn Walker.
Yes, it was an open world RPG, very narrative driven. You play as what they are calling a Dawn Walker. You're human by day, vampire by night. You gain vampire abilities at night. And then the highlight for me out of this was that they showed time sensitive objectives where you had like an objective underneath your like mini map, and then it would tell you how many days you had to complete it, which I thought was pretty interesting. But that one's launching sometime in 2026.
Next one we're talking about, Dreams of Another. This has been shown off at a few things. It looks cool. It has like these 3D pixelated style where it's like everything's sort of dreamlike and nebulous looking. There's guns and stuff in it. It's narrative driven. One of the interesting points with the game is that it's only available on PlayStation VR, as well as like regular platforms. So that will be interesting. The whole thing looks like a vibe.
It does look like a vibe. It looks very, very cool. The creators of it are saying it's you create by using guns and explosives. So you create by using something that's regularly destructive to create the world around you and solve puzzles and stuff.
I don't know if I'll be picking this up day one, but it does look cool and artsy fartsy. I really like the art style. Mm-hmm. So it's worth keeping your eye on. Next one we're talking about, what was this one? 13Z?
13Z, the, cross off, another roguelite on your list, because they showed a lot of fucking roguelites. But I'm a roguelite enjoyer. It's inspired by Eastern Zodiac, and there's a demo out now, so give it a shot. I might try it. I think it seems cool. Next one
we're talking about Pizza Bandit. It's a third-person shooter, four-player co-op, and you're making pizzas at the same time. Well, it's also a shooter. It looked very goofy.
I thought it looked silly.
There was, a combination of both pizza cooking mechanics and also shooting mechanics.
Yes, and you're like, I saw a bit of gameplay where you're trying to cook pizza at the same time, but then you can also what they showed in the trailer, where you could build, expand a restaurant and then kind of perfect recipes. I thought that was interesting.
That's Pizza Bandit, coming out in early access August 25th, 2025. The next one, Recur, which is a puzzle platformer. This one looked interesting. It has a cute little hand-drawn style, and you play as a postman in a 2D environment, and time bends as you move. Moving right moves the time forward, moving left moves the time backwards. I really like the vibes of this one. It looked like a good time.
Love the vibes of this one.
And that is launching on PC in 2026.
We'll definitely be picking it up. Love it, love it. Next one up is BPM Bit Crushed, which BPM stands for Bullets Per Minute. It's made by the same team that made Bullets Per Minute, of course. But this one is like a top-down, pixelated roguelite, and it is rhythm-based again this time. It was kind of giving Enter the Gungeon, if people are familiar with that. But what's cool about it is you can upload your own music and play to your own music, which is really, really cool. And that one's launching 2026.
Next one up, we got Town to City. This one looks cool. It has a voxel art style, where it's you got a little miniature city, and it's a city builder. I really liked, I don't know, just had a good vibe. Not much to say about it, I guess. It's going into early access September 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, we got another one with good vibes. Discounty. You own a little convenience store. It's got a cute pixelated graphics. It looks like one of those games you see on Steam where it's like a supermarket simulator, but it has a unique art style and doesn't look like sort of repeat graphics slop. So it looked cute.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you want to say about this one?
No, I just thought it looked really cute. Was giving Stardew, but instead of owning a farm, you own a supermarket. So.
Yes, looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next one up, we got Wild Blue.
Yes.
Which looks like Star Fox, but furry.
It definitely has more of a furry art style to it, but I kind of dig it.
The actual in-game graphic themselves it looked clean. The animations and stuff are definitely giving like these people clearly have a lot of history drawing anthropomorphized dogs and cats.
Yeah.
And stuff.
The gameplay looked very similar to Star Fox, so which is cool.
Yeah, it's
especially
basically
for Star
Fox
fans.
bar for bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there hasn't been a good Star Fox in a minute, so they kind
Very
of
long
need
time.
something if they want to play that.
Yeah. And this one's coming to PC soon, but I don't think they ever released date on it. But soon.
This next one looks really cool. Windstorm: The Legend of Kimori. You play in Mongolia in the 13th century as a courier, and you're riding a horse.
Riding a horse. I'm assuming the courier. It's like
There's-
male courier. I'm assuming that's what that means. But
I'm guessing she's female.
well, like things you get in the in your mailbox, like letters.
Packages.
Package. Sure. Yeah. Packages makes more sense.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I have like a dream vision in my mind for like my ideal game. I don't want to sell my $1 million idea, but this was the sort of game I've ever seen closest to it.
Yeah.
It looked cool though. I really like the vibes.
Heck yeah.
Excited for that one. On top of this next one.
Yeah, we got Bounty Star for the next one. It takes place in like a Western looking environment, got a Western aesthetic to it. It's another mech game. I want to get into these mech games. They look so hype. But this one's launching October 23rd. I saw someone describe it as Devil May Cry meets Armored Core, and it's got kind of like a more cartoony art style. So I'm excited. I can hit the next one too. It's Reach, which is a VR exclusive action game. It's like a narrative action game. And I think it's launching on all headsets, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's coming to Quest, so I'll be picking it up on Quest. Quest 3, so I'll be picking it up there. It's launching October 16th. They showed off a lot of parkour stuff, which I thought was cool. The combat seems cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to get into the parkour and platforming of it, because they said the movements, you have to mimic how you would actually run or climb stuff or jump stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what that means.
Next, we got Little Nightmares 3. It is more Little Nightmares.
It is more Little Nightmares. But this one, I don't think the other ones were, but this one's like fully cooperative, which I thought was cool. There's a player 1 and a player 2, which in the previous games, it was just kind of like you had your little NPC friend following you around. But this one is like you actually get to play both people, which is cool.
Yes, I do believe this is the first one that is co-op.
Mm-hmm.
Next, after Little Nightmares, we got Serial World. They did some weird thing with like they showed the characters for this game in like next to the host.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
But
cheesy.
It was a Pokemon-esque game, a creature collector. The art style is giving more Yokai Watch than Pokemon, but the battling, it was a turn-based 3. You have 3 little dudes on your side instead of just one like in Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
and you use cards to attack instead of just picking moves.
Yeah, giving Slay the Spire for sure, and it is a roguelite as well.
So that seemed kind of cute. That's more up my alley with the creature collecting.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how in-depth the creature collecting will be, but I hope.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. None of the designs particularly stood out to me either.
Yeah. I hope nobody is having that Souls-like fatigue, because the next one they showed was Phantom Blade 0, which I thought sounded interesting the way that the developers were talking about it, but the combat is mainly kung fu focused, so it takes place in China, and there's a ton of different weapons with a bunch of different styles, and they said it was very fast paced. They're like, there's no breaks. You're once you finish, one thing, you're on to the next. There's no, they kind of didn't say like there's no exploration. They're just like, yeah, once it'll be more like, I guess, seems to me more like a Doom game, where it's like you're going from one thing to the next. And the last one we got on our list is Active Matter, which I don't know how they showed two of these in back-to-back showcases, but it's another extraction shooter with weird anomalies, and they're stuck, like your characters are stuck in a time loop. But it reminded me of, this one more reminds me of Into the Radius, which is a VR exclusive title, very, very critically acclaimed title. So I might be picking it up if it's as good as Into the Radius. So we'll see. And you can sign up for the closed beta right now. But that covers at least what we found hype from the Future Games show of this year.
I'm sure there's some other stuff, but we're running a bit low on time. We want to get to these last two news stories before we say adieu. But the first other news story that we have is that, because we talked about this in a previous episode, but there were some BioShock development issues with the new BioShock 4, and it has come out that the BioShock 4 team is being hit with layoffs. Let's see. This comes after the head of the CEO of Cloud Chamber, the head of the the head of the development team, Cloud Chamber, is getting switched out for Rod Ferguson. And Ferguson previously worked on the Diablo series and was a big part of BioShock Infinite. So I guess whatever was happening with the previous dude was not good. They fired a lot of people, and now they're switching it up.
Yeah, I think this all happened after like an internal review failed from 2K, and I think even Take-Two, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I guess it sucks that people are having to. I don't know. This game has been in development for so long that they feel the need to get rid of people. But
yeah, as we talked about last time, it seemed like things were not going well at all. So
yeah,
and this game has been in development for a long time, so it just, the writing was a bit on the wall, sadly, that something was going to happen.
Yeah, and employees were already feeling that layoffs were coming. They were already scared about it, which is such a scary feeling. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to lose my job. Don't know when, but maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Best of luck to them making that. I'm sure, I don't know, it's complicated. I'm sure there's a good game in there, but will it ever come out? I don't know. Right, and the last thing I wanted to talk about was that the PlayStation 5, this was news that dropped today, the PlayStation 5 is receiving a price increase in the United States for the first time. It has been increasing in price in many different regions around the world, but this is the first one for the United States. I believe everything is going up $50 for all of the models. Yeah, I believe that goes into effect tomorrow. So as you hear this podcast, if you're watching the day of, it'll go out yesterday.
Yep, I'm on their blog August 21st. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. They did mention that PS5 accessories, those prices won't change and they will remain the same. But yeah, all of the other like PlayStation 5 family will be getting a price hike.
That's just one of those inevitabilities that was bound to happen as the tariffs become more into focus and things get more hammered down. Previously, things were very up in the air on like what actually was going to happen. Our administration was very confused. It seems like they're just doing by the seat of their pants. But things are getting hammered down and actual things are changing. So these companies, they need to keep a level of profit, or probably not profit, that PlayStation is doing right now.
Yeah.
And they got to keep that number about the same so prices are going up.
Speaking of which, though, one of the comments on their blog says, "Chat, are we great again?" And
that's so true.
That's a valid question. So true. Valid question.
It's not a horrible price increase. $50. It's not.
It shouldn't be bad. Any price increase.
It's bad because these systems are already so expensive.
Regardless, I don't think it should be any price increase. Like, it sucks that this thing is already out, put into the world. People have this, with stuff like the PlayStation 3, you saw prices drop. You don't have like a console that's like halfway through its life cycle get a price hike.
Yes, normally as the the manufacturer becomes more repetitive and they have a larger scale of manufacturing, the prices go down over the generations. But this time we have prices going up. You can thank our president for that one.
Shout out. Let's bring it back to a previous conversation, a little callback. What if that 9 to 5 gamer, beer in hand, wants to experience Battlefield 6, all the hype he's been hearing, he's like, man, I gotta try it. But he can't play it because now the PS5 is out of his reach.
I don't know. Honestly, just give them like on Facebook Marketplace or something.
Point still stands though. It sucks. I think any price
it does suck because the used market will
sucks.
also probably go up a bit because like the consoles now have a larger value technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does suck. I do think you can get decent used deals because you played the one game you want to play and it's not like exclusives are crazy this generation. But yeah, it's not good.
Let's see what a PlayStation 5 is going for on eBay right now. Let's see.
eBay might not get the best deal, but you could. I don't know. I feel like something local. You could Facebook Marketplace.
I'm checking under the buy it now section. Some of these prices don't seem too bad. I'm seeing like $200, $300. It's not too bad.
$200 for a PlayStation 5 is crazy.
I don't know. Oh, parts only for the $200 one. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I didn't see it on the listing, but there it is. Yeah, parts only. So it looks like maybe cheapest you can get used is like $300.
And that's kind of a fantastic deal for what you're getting.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Price of a Switch? Well,
Yeah.
not anymore because they also got a price
So, yes. It kind of seems like though, honestly, the best deal in games is you get a Switch 2, depending on what type of game you play though. Because you get the handheld, you get the console, you get it all in one. It has the cheapest online subscription.
But it has the same issue
But
that
it
a lot of
definitely
other
depends
these
what game
consoles have, which is not a lot to play on it.
It's going to have more exclusives than the PlayStation. It already does have more exclusives than the PlayStation.
Now that is probably true because everything on
what does
PlayStation
PlayStation have? PlayStation has Ghost of Yotai is coming out soon, and then it has Astrobot.
But if you want to play Call of Duty, you can't play it on Switch 2, sadly.
It's true. Can't deny that.
But you can play 2K.
You can play 2K, and I was watching a TikTok, and the dude said that the new Madden was pretty decent.
I believe
He's
it.
not liking all the hate for the Switch 2 version.
Mm.
And as someone who played Black Ops 2 on the Wii U, I understand you people out there. I see you. I acknowledge you. I tip the fedora as we drive by.
Mm-hmm.
I've been down those streets before. Was there anything else you want to talk about? Closing remarks? Final statements?
I think that about covers it. We're already over time, but that's because these showcases are happening back to back. Big showcases back to back.
God, it's too long, Jeff.
It's very long.
I don't know what's in your control because it's in the land of Germany.
2 hours, not counting the pre-show. Very long showcase, but
too long, Jeff.
I was pretty excited. I feel like I would have been more excited watching it at my home rather than at my desk at work. But
the time zone stuff does not help.
No.
Where it's happening in the middle of the day, and I'm like, okay, let me write this email while I'm watching some dude get blasted open with a shotgun.
Yeah, that was a lot. I feel like I had to minimize my browser every now and again. Once I think Lords of the Fallen 2 was another game that was shown, and they just showed people getting split in half, heads cut off, and I'm like, all right, I gotta come back in a little bit.
Yeah, not good.
I think I'm most hyped for Kirby Air Riders.
It was just a lot. Honestly, out of everything, Kirby is the most interesting.
Or Kirby Air Riders.
I'm more interested in Pokemon, but that's just because I am a Pokemon simp. It's hard not to love those little guys.
It's hard not to. That's true.
And it's basically only what I've been playing recently. I believe I've only been playing Pokemon Platinum is what I've been playing as of the past week.
Mm-hmm.
Because my new PC came in, but I'm running into some technical issues, folks. There's technical issues. Everything's computer, but don't worry, folks.
Shocker.
Maybe next week I'll be able to record on the new computer.
Here's open, so...
What have you been playing this week, if we want to just quickly state that?
I recently got back into the finals. It's been so long that I'm kind of booty ass, but I've been enjoying it so far. Well, I mean, again, I think it's...
You played it for one day.
Yeah. But other than that, I've been playing some Monster Hunter.
I'm making it clear. Yeah.
And then, yeah, Monster Hunter. I've been liking the
What did you think
Hunter
of the Battlefield beta?
Like of Weekend 2?
Yeah.
Well, I was out of town during Weekend 2 for most of it, so I didn't get to really play it that much.
But you played it a little bit, right? More than I did.
I played it on Thursday for a few hours when it launched. When it launched in the Weekend 2.
Did you play that new map? I thought it was really small from the little bit I played.
The Empire State, the
Yep.
New York map. Yeah, it was really small, and I think they did that on purpose because it's an infantry-only map. But I liked it. I liked the verticality of it because the verticality of it gave it scale, in my opinion. There's so much to climb. I
didn't get to really try it out because I was playing on my new computer and there was technical issues, like I said. So
yeah, it's definitely it's a shotgun nightmare though. The shotguns go crazy on that map. But
I can imagine.
My friend Carl and our friend Carl and I, we were squadding up, just the two of us, killing it, holding this one objective. Oh my god, I think we were top squad that round. We were getting insane amounts of kills, just circle reviving each other. It was great. That was a great experience. That's why I play Battlefield.
Yeah, I wish I had an opportunity to play it more because I'm really unsold if I should buy it or not. If everyone's playing it, I don't know. It's just it's a lot of money.
It is. It really is. But
maybe you could gift it to me.
We're not all made of money here.
Oh, okay. Wow. And I'm supposed to be buying you a $800 Greninja card this weekend?
That's because it's out of the greatness of your heart, because you love me so much.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
You want to wrap this thing up?
Let's wrap it up. Let's freaking put a fork in it because it's done. If you liked this episode, I love you. But also, give it a subscribe on YouTube so you see it again. God damn it. Just hit that mother flippin' subscribe button.
And that like button.
You beautiful bastard. Give it a like.
Whoa.
And then what else do you do? If you're listening to audio,
5 stars.
Sorry, you're missing out on this beautiful slideshow, but you got to rate it 5 stars if you
5
like
stars.
And if you have a good week, the rest of the week, it's because you listened to it, and it's because I'm going to wish you a good week. I'm looking at you right now. Imagine me giving you, imagine a bald man, slightly overweight, white, Caucasian, giving you direct eye contact saying, have a beautiful week. Imagine that.
I think they're
That's me
imagining.
right now saying, have a beautiful week.
I think they're imagining.
And we'll
really
see you
hard.
next week. We'll see you next week. And you know what we'll have next week?
I'm waiting.
I'm asking you, do you know what are we going to do next week? I don't know.
Probably more Pokemon. There'll probably be Pokemon stuff. And Silksong stuff.
I'm saying gaming news. There's going to be gaming news
There's going to be gaming news! A comeback for gaming news.
There's gaming news every week. And if there isn't, we'll make something up. We'll pull something out of our ass. That is a guarantee that we can only offer here at Capital G Podcast. Tune in next week. Love ya. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!